GLUTEN, a comedy by Stephen Kaliski. Scene 1. A windowless, unfurnished apartment with an open kitchen. The faint noise of people trudging up the stairs, huffing and puffing and making small talk. Louder and louder, the conversation is muffled, until the front door opens. Jerry, the realtor, enters first, followed at a distance by HIBISCUS Vanderwall, who is herself followed at a distance by COPIOUS FAIRCHILD. They maintain an absurd amount of space between one another at all times. They are all wearing oddly fashionable hazmat suits with the tops undone.
And if I'm not using it, I figure I might as well get rid of the thing.
Oh, sure.
It's just sitting there causing me worry, so what's the point?
It's doing more harm than good.
So I start poking around, looking at rates, reviews, the whole routine. I found this doctor in my area, 5 stars across the board. I make an appointment, and 2 days later, wham, bam, snip, snip, it's done.
Hubba, hubba.
Hubba, hubba, just like that.
And you were satisfied with the service?
No complaints whatsoever. I was as good as newish in a day or two. I felt almost 100% worry-free.
100% worry-free? And you didn't need a referral?
Oh, no referral. This doctor was totally self-referential.
Oh, wonders. That works better for me.
You should definitely give him a look-see.
I think I just might potentially, you never know.
I'll give you the info on the way out. Remind me.
I will.
Maybe I'll get credit for a future visit.
Oh, Jerry, can you turn the lights on?
Of course. That would be conducive to vision, wouldn't it? All righty, let's see. Give me a sec. Just got to futz with the security settings. This ain't the kind of joint where you just flick, voila, you know what I mean?
Jerry goes to the console on the wall. He punches in a few commands.
Oh, what? These horrid implements.
The Goldilocks. Thank you for initiating voice activation. To continue with authorized realtor access, please state the name of your security song.
Almond Milk.
Please state the name of the band that wrote that song.
The Alternative Milks.
Please state the name of the much derided second album by the Alternative Milks, described by one critic as lactose-free but still responsible for an intense bout of gastrointestinal distress.
Right, yes. Oh, what is it?
You tell me.
Ugh, tip of my tongue.
Keep thinking.
Can we just bypass this question?
Sorry, brah. Policies.
Grumble, grumble.
You've got this. Just follow your truth.
Oh, cashew milk.
Authorized realtor access confirmed. Is that you, Jerry?
It's me, all right.
Hey, big guy.
Hey, Big Papa. Can we get some lights in here?
You got it, killer.
There we go. Ordeal completed. Mr. Fairchild, Miss Vanderwall, prepare yourselves.
The space illuminates, perhaps with a flourish of music.
All right. Here is where we are.
Oh, lovely. Very sensitive.
Oh, yes, very medium.
Yeah, she's a real knob slobber. We just got the listing today. Probably won't last till tomorrow.
No surprise. Very milquetoast.
Go on, take a look around. Make yourselves at abode. So a quick spiel. It's an older building, as you can tell, original features here and there, but totally gut optimized in the past 5 years. You, of course, see the recessed TV there. I should have asked, are you two screen free?
God, no.
Okay, good. So you're going to enjoy the TV with real life picture and fully intuitive fixtures all around the place, all voice activated. You want it, just ask for it. Well insulated too. All windows and elevators have been removed and sealed. This unit is truly inaccessible. You'll feel completely isolated, secluded, and morose. And the best part is the Goldilocks was one of the first places in the neighborhood to be certified by the United Sensitivity Council. 100% particle free, 100% plastic free, 100% IKEA free as of this month, and verified by 3 independent agencies as 85% wave free.
85%.
I know, absolutely noteworthy.
I don't think I've ever heard of 85%.
Me neither.
It's an industry best, I guarantee you that.
And it's fully child friendly.
Oh yes, were you two thinking of baking a little cunt muffin?
We'd like to. Once we're settled, we're going to focus on coagulating.
Hibiscus.
Oh, sorry. TMI?
And Dubs, no, that sounds like a fine plan. The previous tenants installed a child here as well, and they had a very medium experience.
Why did they leave?
Undisclosed, not because of anything with the property, I can assure you that. They were full retard about this unit.
I suppose people relocate for lots of reasons.
Yes, anybody's guess. Let me show you the other enclosures. This door takes us to the master, bang-in bathroom package in the back with a large tub and a separate auto-sterilized masturbatorium. Tray ceilings too. Nice. That fan is an original feature, purely aesthetic now, of course. 0% risk of fan death. And another real-life TV here, okay? Okay, come on this way. This door takes us to the mistress. Same features as the master, but with an authentic Austrian brothel feel. Great job with the crown molding. All crevices emit tea tree and jojoba vapor upon command. Did I mention that? Solid insulation between the master and the mistress, so you never have to hear one another. Peepholes going both ways. I can tell you where they are, or you can find them yourselves. Okay, good, smart. I like your style. Moving on, excellent bathroom here. Great 14 setting handy knob in the dark corner for all your lewd and lascivious needs. So there's that. Good. Okay. All the walls are painted Elder Statesman at present, but you're welcome to select a different shade of gray at signing. We also offer Seattle Sky, Monday Mood, and John Slattery. And I think that does it. Your thoughts?
Oh, it's perfectly average. I very much don't dislike it. What do you think, Copious?
I don't dislike it also. Jerry, could we slink out for a hot minute to pontificate?
Please stay here. I'll slink out. I need to look up that info anyways, Miss Vanderwall.
Info?
About my boutique appendectomy. Snip, snip, hubba, hubba.
Oh, yes, of course. Hubba, hubba.
I'll be back later rather than sooner.
Jerry exits.
Is this place the fucking cheese or what?
It's pretty even.
It's better than even. It's Gouda in my mouth.
It's delightfully removed. I enjoyed the 14 flights of stairs.
Me too. My dogs were barking.
And it's way less memorable than the last two places.
I know. It's so damn bland. It's awesome.
These realtors always save the least remarkable for last.
It makes your glands squirt, right? It feels so free in here. How free do you feel?
I feel free.
Do you?
I do, so disgustingly free, but I have some questions.
Go ahead, assault me.
First of all, 85% wave free.
I believe it.
I've never heard of 85%. Even naturally wave free is only 75%.
I don't think Jerry would lie about it. We could always corroborate it, but I mean, just breathe the air. You can tell it's super free. I'm not getting any vibes in here. I mean, this place has no vibes.
I'd be lying if I said it had character.
It's character free. We'd be safe here, Copious.
Second question, are you worried that the building isn't intimacy certified?
Not really.
I wouldn't want to make a down payment and then realize we still have a problem.
I'm sure that wouldn't happen.
I feel uneasy.
Copious.
Perhaps we should have Dr. Gonjoy sign off on it.
We can't. Dr. Gonjoy is submarine in Newish Haven.
Our current abode should have been fine for intimacy, but lo and behold, it wasn't.
Was that necessarily the abode's fault?
What do you mean? Of course it was. We're young and healthy and perfectly capable of the intimacy necessary to coagulate and install. So it wasn't us, it was our surroundings.
Perhaps.
It tingles my nerves.
I empathize. I just think we're not going to do much better or much worse.
It would be a much easier commute.
For both of us.
Limited risk of exposure en route to our offices.
And a hazmat mat on the block for emergency repairs?
That's true, that's big.
Hubba hubba.
A huge orchestral swelling engulfs the apartment.
Welcome to the Goldilocks, Mr. Fairchild and Miss Van der Waal, where everything is just right. We hope you select us as your future abode. As you pontificate, allow us to provide you with a complimentary scent of your choice. 100% migraine trigger-free. Please describe your fragrance after the crescendo.
A quick burst of orchestral music.
I couldn't understand you. Could you repeat your unnatural desires after the crescendo?
Parisian Bakery, 5 a.m.
You said brick oven pizza, Parisian bakery, 5 a.m. Just a moment.
We hear a hiss through the vents, as if the apartment were being gassed.
Enjoy the scent, Mr. and Mrs. Fairchild / Van der Waal.
As the smell reaches them, we see something release in Copious and Hibiscus. They remove their hazmat suits. They twirl in the air, separately, of course.
Oh, sweet Papa John.
Oh, Papa John.
I think I just 5 my foot long.
I think I just dunked my donut.
All right, I'm in, Hibiscus.
I'm in too. I'm so in.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's make it work. Your jism will be plentiful. My eggs will guzzle it. We'll have a child here, Copious. We'll start a family.
They twirl to their respective bedrooms. End of scene. Scene 2. There is now some minimal furnishings, ottomans, poofs, all placed very far apart. We hear the TV in the master. It's a voice of a deeply southern chef.
Once the bacon is good and crispy, we're going to remove the slices, but leave some of them nice drippings in there. A little bacon grease makes this, that, and the other a whole lot tastier. Okie dokie. Now with the pan still good and hot. Oh, can you smell that? Reminds me of Sunday mornings, waking up to a good old-fashioned country breakfast.
We start to hear male sex noises mixed in with the cooking show.
Oh.
Nice memories. So now we're going to drop that hunk of butter in with the bacon grease, and we're going to get that good and melted and pop sizzling. Now, we're not waiting too long. We're going to take that flour we set aside, and we're going to sift it into the fat mixture. We are whisking vigorously as we do this. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Now, you're seeing these ingredients turning into a good, thick roux, the key to any yummy gumbo. Nice and thick and creamy.
The sex noises peak. A few audible exhales afterward.
Oh.
We're whisking this puppy like there's no tomorrow.
Go to pause program.
The TV shuts off. Copious emerges in goggles, a robe, and with a giant sealed canister. He places the canister by the door of the mistress.
Go to music. Go to evening grooves. Go to waking the beast. Forward to 1 minute, 42 seconds.
Some earthy, aggressively meditative ambient music. Copious retreats to his bedroom. Hibiscus emerges from hers. She's also wearing goggles and a robe. She picks up the canister and holds it up to the light.
Good boy. Big boy.
Hibiscus goes back to her room with the canister. Copious reemerges from the master. Still in his robe with goggles around his neck, he does a few gentle stretches. Some female sex noises. The sex noises suddenly become heaving sobs. Copious turns to the mistress, confused.
Go to stop music.
Go to my sport.
The TV illuminates with some light-colored commentary from a football game. The mistress door opens, and Hibiscus comes into the living room and lies down with her legs up in the air, far apart from Copious. She puts her goggles on.
All done. This is the one, I think.
It was a good load tonight.
I could tell. Big boy.
Fingers crossed.
So, guess what? I have sexual cravings for a coworker.
Is that right?
They're really intense. I channeled them just now during coagulation.
Who for? Filibuster?
No, not filibuster. Though I do like his mustache. No, these are for a new guy, Benson.
Sounds like a bad boy. What does he look like?
Tall, maybe 6'2", flake-free skin, a voice like Ira Glass. His shirt stays perfectly tucked in all day. No poofiness like with most men. I just want to slam him. I just want to rock him to his core principles.
What a pleasant discovery.
Do you think we're going to be good parents?
What?
Do you think we're going to be good parents?
Of course. Yes. Why?
Just pontificating. I think she's going to be a girl. Do you agree?
I don't think she's not going to be a girl.
Even if she's a boy, I just want to keep her safe. I don't want any harm to come to her.
Nor do I.
Go to pause game.
What's that about?
You can resume game shortly.
But I'm covering it for work.
I just want to step out of time for a moment in news.
Let's be brisk.
What do you think makes a good parent, Copious?
Lots of things. Responsibility, attention, expert knowledge of presenting symptoms.
I don't think my parents were very good parents.
You've filed some complaints.
I mean, I appreciated them. They operated sufficiently within their knowledge base, but they didn't protect me enough. I felt protected, but looking back, the doors were wide open. Anything could have happened to me. I'm lucky to be here.
Luck has nothing to do with it.
I just can't imagine why they'd be so carefree.
It was their generation, very pre-correction, different beliefs.
I wonder which of our beliefs our children will one day ridicule. I feel like we're right about most things, but I'm sure they'll find something to pummel.
Kids always do.
If our child wanted to marry Pumice Stone, would you be open to it?
No. Marriage is and always has been the union of two animate objects.
I know, right? What do you think of the name Sophia?
Old-fashioned.
I like it. If we have a daughter, maybe Sophia?
I should keep apprised of the game's unfolding so that I can construct a lucid summary.
Go to resume game.
Thank you. Well, I might change the voice settings. I'm tired of saying.
That's fine.
You okay if I set it to auto conviction?
What's that again?
Well, it just means it responds whenever you speak with conviction.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You still medium, Biscuit?
A huge orchestral swell engulfs the apartment.
Good evening, Mr. Fairchild.
Good evening.
Good evening. What is happening?
Go to skip pleasantries, go to message.
Going to message. Sorry for the hour, but the Goldilocks has someone for you on the line. A Linda Fairchild. You get that? A Linda Fairchild on the line?
I heard you. I heard you.
You want me to bring in the funk?
Go ahead.
A blast of peppy electronic music. Two new voices come through the speakers, Linda Fairchild and Mabel.
I don't know. I think he hung up on me.
Call him back.
Well, how do you hang this thing up?
Well, you gotta say, hang up!
Hang up.
No, you gotta say it with chutzpah.
Hang up.
That doesn't sound like your voice. It's gotta sound like your voice.
These goddamn things.
Hello?
Copious?
Hello, Linda.
Oh, I thought we were disconnected.
So I gathered.
But you're there. Hello. It's so good to hear your voice.
Duly noted.
Is Hibiscus with you?
No, she is in her chambers. Who is that with you?
No one is with me.
I just heard you talking to a man.
Oh, silly Billy.
We heard the whole conversation.
We?
I.
How are you, sweet pea? It's been entirely too long.
I'm tired. It is late in the nocturne.
I was hoping you'd call last month or the month before.
I've been burdened.
Always so busy.
What's transpiring at present?
Well, I wanted to give you a heads up. I'm visiting town.
That's interesting, Linda.
I'm very excited about it. Love to see you, of course.
When were you thinking?
How would 10 work?
10?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, no. That's very soon, Linda. Let's plan something further down the freeway. Hibiscus and I just moved in, as a matter of fact.
I know, how exciting.
How do you know?
Crazy Daisy, I follow you on face maps.
Linda, that's creepy.
Oh, this is a nice building. The Goldilocks.
What are you doing? Are you on face maps now? Are you intaking my online presence?
No, we're outside.
What? What?
Don't worry, we won't bother you tonight. Just wanted to swing by and take a look.
You're outside the building?
Yes. The rest of the street is rather dull, but this is a really lovely building. So is 10 a.m. fine?
Honestly.
We'll come by then.
We?
Just wanted to give you a quick call to say that we've arrived safely and are excited to see you and that little dumpling of yours.
Dumpling?
Hibiscus?
You can't call someone a dumpling.
A dumpling is cute. Is a dumpling not cute?
No, it's round. It's fat.
Linda, who is that?
We'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Who is with you?
Good night, my love.
Mother.
Hang up.
With chutzpah, doll.
Mother.
Hang up, asshole!
Linda hangs up. A stunned beat. The electric music resumes. End scene. Scene 3. Linda sits. Maple surveys the apartment. Copious sticks against the far wall.
I didn't say I was alone. Did I say I was alone?
Well, that was the implication.
I was speaking with you openly.
But you didn't tell him who I was.
I knew we'd be here in the morning. Why introduce you on the phone?
Well, you could say that you were with a friend. I mean, couldn't she, pal?
That would have been forthright.
See? Copious would have appreciated the heads up.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
And now I'm in his apartment and he's like, who the fuck is this guy?
That's not what he's like. Is that what you're like?
I am not curiosity free.
Well, it's a process. It takes time to get to know another human being. Be patient. You look handsome, Copious.
Thank you.
Such a handsome boy. Your hair has changed since the wedding. Have you gotten it cut?
I get it groomed every 3 weeks.
I like it. It really stands out.
It's a normal groom.
Your apartment really ain't much to look at, fella.
We just recently entrenched ourselves.
I guess you haven't had time to just spice it up.
We're still functioning. We're still focusing on functionality.
Gotcha.
Well, what can I say? I'm very sorry the phone call confused you. I should have said that I had company.
Amongst other items.
Other items? What does that mean?
I thought we had a contract about surprises.
Yes, of course. That's why I called you last night. I knew you didn't want any more surprises. Copious doesn't like surprises.
Fewer than 24 hours constitutes a surprise.
Well, that's a rather arbitrary designation.
It's not. And fewer than 12 hours constitutes a shock.
Oh,
So
please.
this is technically a case of borderline shocking surprise.
I'd call it a pleasant surprise.
And you didn't provide me with any terms and conditions.
Oh, no one ever reads those.
Oh, it's good stuff. It reads like Beowulf.
Who's this again?
Don't you grill Maple.
Mother, this is highly irregular. Letting you in off the street without a full health history is one thing, but I don't know this man at all. He could be carrying a gaggle of maladies.
No, I'm clean, brother.
You say that now, but how can I know for 95% plus sure? Mother, why do you need to see me?
It's a long story. Let's just wait till your little nugget is home. Is that okay, Maple?
Oh God, that's okay with me. Browse apartment.
If you need something, you have to say it with conviction.
Gotcha.
First chutzpah, now conviction.
Browse apartment.
Voice not recognized. To authorize your third of 5 voices, please announce yourself as a Goldilocks admin.
Guess you can't use the commands. Too bad.
Well, that makes it hard to poke around.
Is there something you're looking for?
Just curious about what books you have.
I don't have any books. I mean, with my premium subscription to Prosaic, I have every book, but it's rather daunting. I have unlimited access to unachievable knowledge.
When did you say she'd be back?
She's at work, Mother.
She couldn't request off?
She had no notice.
Well, you were able to request off.
I had no choice.
She's very pretty, dappled with freckles, mischievous smile.
You showed me her picture. She's a doll.
Quite a doll, and she lives up to it in person.
Hey, she drives men crazy, huh?
I suppose she crazily drives men.
Hopefully not too many men, you know what I mean.
Many hundreds, in fact.
Oh, don't be silly.
Her pics, gifs, and medium provocative videos have been viewed over 700,000 times.
Oh my.
She's ranked 3rd in the city amongst small-breasted redheads with terminal degrees.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like a piece of work.
I'm very proud.
You kids will talk about anything. Oh, maybe it's for the best. When I was young, it was considered inappropriate to speak adult matters and everyone was falling apart.
Yeah, well, we talked about everything where I came from.
Did you?
Yeah.
Every family has its own comfort zone, I suppose. Copious's father and I had such a hard time deciding when to give him the talk. In fact, I'm not sure we ever did. Did you ever get the talk, Copious?
No. Father gave me an academic essay on recreation in the Roman Empire. He said everything I needed to know was in there.
Oh, we were such cowards. We should have just given you the talk.
You know, I got the talk at breakfast. I was 11, and I had this nasty ass dream about my babysitter and a jar of peanut butter. I told my pops about it. He poured me a tequila in my OJ, and he said, "Welcome to adulthood."
I neither empathize nor sympathize with that.
Anyways, Hibiscus really is a peach. She and Copious are a very attractive pair.
And they're straight out of an LL Bean catalog.
LL Bean, at the very least, they're Banana Republic.
Linda, show some respect for the departed.
Oh, pardon my tongue.
R.I.P. Bananas. How we miss you.
Oh, I can see it so clearly, Maple. They'd be so perfect at 1375. The house stands out just like they do.
It's a great house.
House? What do you mean, house?
House. A house.
A house, in the classical sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry. 1375 is a late recession house with touches of neo-McCain.
Where are you that has late recession neo-McCain?
It's where Maple and I live.
The only place with late recession neo-McCain is the suburbs, and no one lives in the suburbs anymore.
Oh, darling, you sound so sheltered.
Your mom and I live in the burbs. You could too, if you want.
Maple, slow down.
Do you want to come live in the burbs with us?
Certainly not.
Copious runs into the master, slamming the door.
You see, I told you he would say no.
Give him a chance. He doesn't even fully know what we're talking about.
Copious returns.
I don't know what you're talking about at all. I'm feeling very off-centered.
I know, sweetie. It's coming to you in dribs and drabs.
Mother, who is this man?
Hibiscus enters in a full hazmat. When she speaks through the mask, the voice is Vader-like and terrifying.
Here I am. I have returned.
Biscuit, what are you doing here?
Hibiscus removes the top of the suit.
Ah, salutations, Linda.
Oh, darling, I thought you were a tax collector.
No, just a private citizen.
Well, thank God. Oh, it's really lovely to see you.
Mother!
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
What are you doing home?
I was able to leave early. I told Filibuster we needed to see if your jism struck gold.
Lordy, that's romantic.
It's so inoffensive to see you again, Linda. And you? How might you identify?
Hey, hon. The name is Maple.
Maple. A rousing label. I'm Hibiscus Vanderwall, wife and culminating roommate of Copious Fairchild.
It's a pleasure.
Maple moves towards her, extending his hand.
Likewise.
I don't know who Maple is exactly. He is present in our unit without a full health history.
Jesus fuck.
No, I told you I'm clean, bro. I had shingles 6 months ago, but I think I shook it by now.
I didn't know you had shingles.
Oh, yeah, it was fucking brutal.
You masked it well.
I've never heard of shingles. It sounds quaint and utterly removable.
It probably goes by something different now.
Should I request a thorough etiology?
There he goes with his disease talk.
Shingles doesn't sound for something horrible, does it?
Like secondary, hereditary, inflammatory, neuropathic, gastrointestinal, lupus encephalitis syndrome, or something?
No. Shingles is just shingles.
That's solid enough for me. Is that solid enough for you, Copious?
Somewhat solid, but potentially molten.
Have you had lunch yet? We have some goji berries and perhaps a spoonful of salmon milk.
No, we're still getting acquainted.
Great. Before we eat, I just want to piss out a quick pregnancy test. I think last night was the one. Your boy did good work, Linda.
He's a Fairchild through and through.
Good boy. Big boy. Prepare pregnancy test.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Van der Waal. Preparing pregnancy test. When ready, enter the mistress and set handy knob to level 14. You know the rest. ...
Thank you. Here's your 15% gratuity.
Wowee! Thank you. I won't spend it all in one place.
God, will you look at that? It has, it's a personality. I love it. Keep the change, big guy.
Voice not recognized. Authorize your third of 5 voices. Please announce yourself as Goldilocks admin.
Oh, come on.
You see, that's what bothers me about all these devices. Just when you think you've made a friend, you remember he's a machine.
Yeah, it's like, we don't need this shit in the suburbs.
Suburbs? Is that figurative?
Oh, you missed it. Mother and the man claim to be living in the suburbs.
The real suburbs?
Yes, the real suburbs. And you'll be living there soon as well.
Beg pardon?
Now that we're all here, why don't we sit together for a moment?
Mother,
Only for a moment.
let's make it fleeting.
Hibiscus and Copious sit at opposite ends of the room. Linda and Maple find that awkward. They sit together in the middle of the room.
Should I lead us in a breathing exercise?
No, I hate breathing. I never know how to do it.
He sounds great. Mouth
Oh
open.
my God, let us just cut to the chase, Linda.
Great. Let's cut that chase.
Please refrain from using such lacerating language.
Sorry, then let's get him.
Let's get to the point.
That's good.
That's preferable.
Okay, here is the deal. You two. We're part of a community dedicated to revitalizing pre-correction living. The problem is it's old people and hippies. To get legitimacy and funding and recruitment potential, we need a hot young poster couple intent on raising a family to be the face of the group. And that could be you two. You're cute, you're young, you want to procreate, and we want you.
How did you say that so concisely? I can never say it that way and sound natural.
An elevator speech. It takes practice.
It's part of your gift.
I practice.
Maple's quite adept at the publicity stuff.
We're still getting started out there. And you know, there's strength in numbers. We need the usual grab bag of experts, the people who make a community thrive, doctors, plumbers, football coaches. But to get those people, we need a hook. And your mom thought you would be good for this.
You'd be taken care of. 1375 is the best house in the neighborhood. Open floor plan, natural light, great backyard.
And our thanks for letting us trot you out as our royal family.
My son, a king.
You wouldn't have ruling power or anything, just to clarify, but you could be important and influential by doing nothing, which is basically the late American dream.
Son, daughter-in-law, what do you think?
About what?
Who's that now?
We would like you to move to the suburbs with us. Say goodbye to the city, to this windowless, sterile existence. Get back to the land, cul-de-sacs, garages, stucco.
Is this some dark humor? You can't live in the suburbs, Mother. You'll die.
You're not still afraid of stucco.
Stop it. You know towards that which I'm driving.
Do you have something official we could ponder? A terms and conditions?
They don't have any terms and conditions.
We do have a manifesto.
What's a manifesto?
It's like a terms and conditions, but more inspiring.
Why don't you read them, the manifesto?
Maple pulls a folded letter out of his jacket.
Careful!
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. We, the independent collective known as the natural habitats, freely choose to engage in a lifestyle commonly referred to as pre-correction. We elect to integrate the following practices into our everyday lives: the breathing of natural air, direct exposure to sunlight, live recreation, all category red foods, and most types of interpersonal contact within a radius of 2 feet, including but not limited to handshakes, embraces, and sexual intercourse of the traditional 3 varieties. We believe that danger will come, as it inevitably does, in the form of sickness, accidents, and global yellowing. And we believe that life will prevail over these and all threats against our mortality.
How's that for official?
That's all we got.
I co-authored it with my dear friend, Hank. You'll meet him when you move in.
This is absurd. When we move in, we live here in this very customized and thoughtful and 85% wave-free unit that really under no circumstance should admit any visiting party without a full and peer-reviewed health history. And trust me, I fully intend to communicate my displeasure to the management that this is happening in the first place, but no, we're not moving to the suburbs with you, absolutely not. We're trying to bake a cunt muffin for Clinton's sake.
That's rather crass.
And I still don't know who this man is.
Well, that's another thing.
Who are you, strange man? Are you the leader of this rebel group?
In a way.
He's a divinity.
A divinity?
Yes. The Natural Habitats is the name of the group, and Maple is our founding divinity.
He's a god.
Yes.
Oh. What, dear sir, are your qualifications?
It's simple. No one I love has ever died.
You're pulling my knob.
No, it's true. I mean, no one I love has.
What about your parents?
Dad's still around. Mom's gone, but I didn't love her.
What about your grandparents?
The one I know is still around.
Well, what about your forefathers?
Well, I don't think I love them.
I declare coincidence. You've only loved a few people and they're still alive. Whoop-de-doo.
No. I love a lot more than a few, fella. Too many to name, 100 maybe. But when the correction happened, I loved 21 people total.
Cite them all.
Okay. My dad, my Uncle Frank, my sister, my brother, and their husbands, my 4 ex-girlfriends, and my 2 ex-boyfriends. My grandma, she was 93 with severe osteoporosis. My buddies, Alex and Susie and Helen, Newton, Euripides, my 2 cats, Nerd and Dusseldorf. This kid, Patrick, from high school, he was my lab partner, and we had lunch every day at the corner table. And then he got non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and was on his way out. And then I read him this Jonathan Franzen book at the hospital, cover to cover. And the next morning, he was fine. That was weird and creepy. He's still fine, lives across the street now. That's 21. I loved 21 people when the shit hit the fan, and they all made it. And they are still here with us in the burbs.
You were 100% correction free?
Have you ever heard of such a thing?
Everyone you loved made it?
And is still trucking.
Your grandmother too?
Yeah. She just hit the big 105.
Oh, pause. This is flawed logic. You realize eventually these people will die.
We'll see.
Admit it, danger stranger. You're only a god for the time being.
Well, that's no way to think about it.
No one you love has ever died?
Not once.
That's alluring. Don't you think that's at least minimally alluring, Copious?
Hardly. He's presenting with symptoms of the celestial, but eventually his mortality will declare itself.
Don't say that. Maple is here for good, and he will take care of us all.
Oh, how's that, Mother? You're forgetting that despite the fact that we are debt-free and on a top-notch regimen of probiotics, this deity surely doesn't love us.
I will soon.
Oh, how's that now?
It takes 2, maybe 3 weeks, but I will soon.
He's a quick and expert lover.
Oh, well, that's just swell. He's gonna love us in a couple of weeks. Save the date. Mother, do you even know what love is?
Of course I do. Love is kindness, selflessness, generosity.
Wrong. Love is the point on the commingling continuum at which the prospect of solitude becomes super gross, and this man will never feel that way about me and Biscuit.
I come with a guarantee.
Copious. It's a good deal. You get the suburban dream house, the glamour, a built-in babysitter, and in return, I promise that Maple will open his heart to you and you will be safe.
This does nothing to decongest my questions. I'm sorry, Mother. I'm sorry, Heavenly Father. Our answer is in all caps, no, with 3 exclamation points.
That's rash, son. Take some time to think about it.
Why? The answer is no.
There's no hurry. We just got here. Give it a day or 2.
That sounds reasonable to me.
Hibiscus.
We can consider their proposal for a day or 2. We can do that for family and for a god.
I feel remarkably unbalanced.
Let's say 28 hours. 28 hours. And if the answer is still no, we're out of your hair.
24 hours. No one asks for 28 hours.
I want 28.
Why?
Because my photographer will be here in 24 and he needs time to work.
Photographer?
Yeah, we went ahead and we scheduled a photo shoot for you two. We thought that would be prudent just in case.
So Jerry can take your photos, and after you see how beautiful you look, you can make your final decision. If it's no, we are out of your hair.
Enough with the hair talk, Mother. It's gross.
Don't cock-block that pregnancy test, Miss Vanderwall. The handy knob is waiting for you.
Oh, right. Excuse me.
Hibiscus exits to the mistress.
Mabel, Linda, I'm a healthy young man, a father-to-be, an up-and-coming beat writer for the NFL. I have no intention of...
Oh my God! The NFL!
Oh, honey, do they still call it the NFL?
Linda, Mother, of course they do. The NFL remains the source for collision contact entertainment.
You were what, 10 or 11 when the NFL went out of business?
It didn't go out of business, it changed models.
By what, turning the whole sport into a video game?
Video simulation.
Video this, video that. It's not a sport.
You know, I was a Jets fan when
The Jets still exist.
Yeah, they still suck.
They're injury prone.
You know, oh yeah, well that checks out.
Irregardless, as a father-to-be, I simply cannot put my wife or my child at risk by moving to the suburbs under the eventual protection of a temporary god. We'll humor you for a day. We'll even take those photographs, but we will not be accepting your offer.
Hibiscus reemerges from the mistress. She's downtrodden.
Are you well, Hibiscus?
Initial tests suggest we remain unsuccessful. Your jism didn't adhere.
Darn. Damn Dunder Mifflin.
I just don't get it. What are we doing wrong?
I don't know. This seemed like the one.
Maybe we should leave these two alone.
Oh, I'm back. My internet died. Where are we, everyone?
We're leaving them alone, love.
Goodbye.
Linda hints at offering an embrace, but catches herself. Maple and Linda exit.
We've given you a lot to think about. Be well. We'll see you tomorrow.
Maple and Linda exit.
I just think a change might be good for you. Be a family again. That's all.
Linda finally exits.
We'll get it right soon. We'll hit the nail on the head.
I hope so.
I'm sending you comfort waves.
Thank you. Ditto.
Oh, I think about that fellow from work, Benson. Think about his pants pitching a tent of desire.
Thanks. I'll try. You too. Think of big tits or something.
End scene. 5-minute intermission.
Wowee. Voice not recognized.
Scene 4. Hibiscus and Maple. Photography equipment abounds, including a large industrial fan. Maple is blocking it from Hibiscus.
I'm sorry. It's just so scary. I'm sorry. This is humiliating.
Oh, hey, kid, it's okay. Just breathe.
We don't even have reliable statistics on worldwide fan deaths. And I know that to die from fan death, you have to have a fan blowing on you while you're sleeping and I'm awake. But all I can think of is when he has that fan on me is that all my protective barriers are getting chopped in the wind and I'm exposed to all the bad things.
But he ain't gonna use the fan anymore. I told him, no more fan. We thought it might be cool to have your hair blowing, but it's no big deal. You're safe now.
Thank you, Maple. Oh, Christ on a Crispix. I'm being wayward. I'm being a fucktard. I'm behaving like an adolescent boy who's trying to hide his splooge-covered sheets from his mom by smearing mayonnaise all over the place. Like that's gonna fool anyone, you dig? You know what? I can do this. Call him back in here. I'm good.
You sure?
I'm #.
Okay, Jerry, come on out.
Jerry, now a photographer with a Canon hung over his shoulder, comes out of the mistress.
Great, let's give it another go, Jerry, all right? And no fucking fan, okay?
Sure, of course. Happy to leave that out. Anything else you want to do differently, Your Holiness?
No, the same setup.
All right, then. So, ma'am, why don't you take a seat?
Hibiscus picks up a poof.
Good. Jerry, will you stop it with the fucking idioms and just tell her what you want?
Sorry, Your Holiness.
Should I put the seat down?
Yes, sorry. Put the seat down and sit in it. Sit on it. Sorry.
He does.
I'm sorry. I'm having explosive anxiety.
Happens to the best of us. Now, I'll just take a few test shots. So just sit there like a little turtle bunny and look at Maple.
Hibiscus sits like a little turtle bunny.
All right, then. Now let's see that pretty smile. Okay, say cheese.
How dare you?
Okay, say sugar booger.
Is it added sugar?
It's just a silly little phrase.
Can you just talk dirty to me?
Beg pardon?
Just talk dirty to me like in a normal photo shoot. Cheese and sugar make me blush.
Okie doke, I'll give it a go.
Jerry moves the camera and starts shooting. As he does,
oh yes, you're a pretty redhead. You're a pretty little girl. A pretty big girl? No, normal girl. You're a pretty normal girl, or a pretty normal woman. You so pretty, so ordinary. No.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Look at you there, just sitting all pretty and normal and ordinary on that poof there. You ready for a big wet kiss?
No.
No, for a big wet whopping session of love. You're all up and at 'em for some love sessions, splashing and raining down from all up there. You're caught up in a love storm, a love tornado, a love volcano. You're caught up in a blitzkrieg of
jism.
A blitzkrieg of jism. Oh, and wowee, it's really coming down. It's coming down out there. All that jism, but not just jism, also rain with the jism, half and half. And there's nowhere to hide. It's just you and the elements out there in that Oklahoma summer, that blazing Oklahoma summer where we've been in deep drought for so long. where the crops have been in want of water for so long. For so long, it's been nothing but dust and sadness, but now it's coming down. All this rain and jism, and the dust becomes soil once again. And the farmers return to their fields and look up at the skies, their eyes splattered with gobs of crystal and creamy baby-making white, and they wonder if this is a joke or if this is real. No matter how hard we tried, they cried. No matter how hard we tried, we couldn't control our own fates. We were always servants to a higher master, and that master is a cruel master, an Old Testament master who will withhold his pleasure for years and then come on our faces when we least expect it. And how can you rely on anything now in this moment of seeming bliss? How can you make plans? How can you tell your family everything will be okay? How can you not mourn the awful fucking world you're passing down to your grandchildren? How can you know for sure, for absolute sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, sure, why this isn't just one more cock tease on the way to the end? How? How? Oh, Lordy, how?
Jerry lowers his camera. He and Hibiscus are both slightly out of breath.
That ought to do it.
Much easier for me. Thanks.
My pleasure.
You're average. You know that?
Oh, thanks. I used to act in community theater.
That must have been very painful.
It was a side gig.
It sounds like really, really important work.
It was. I once played Atticus Finch.
Oh, I'm more of a clarinet person.
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. Let's just see the pics.
You got it, God on high.
Wow, these are good. Ha! Let's set up for the couple now.
Got it.
All right, so kid, we've got the shots of you, and now we want to get you and your man together.
A real family portrait. I used to specialize in family portraits. That was my main job. Loved it. Family portraits for the church directory.
Yeah, you know what, Jerry? Why don't you take 10? Go downstairs, get coffee.
Okay, I could use a coffee.
Coffee?
What?
We ain't got no coffee, you silly poop. The canteen is 100% vice free. The token hot beverage is made from roasted maca root and bee pollen.
I'll give it a taste.
It's tasteful. You'll deplore it.
Jerry exits with a bow towards Maple.
But there's no real coffee in the hood, huh?
The Museum of Natural Hysteria has some, but it's in a display case.
Well, that doesn't do much good.
It's satisfying to look at. I think historic coffee beans are endearing. I think their dimples are cute.
You never tasted coffee?
Me? Present tense hibiscus? Oh no. Copious and I wouldn't assume that level of risk.
What good shit. It gets you focused.
You've experimented with coffee?
2 cups a day.
Holy Mitch McConnell. I guess if you're a divinity, you can do whatever you want.
That's not true.
No? You can't just, I don't know, do the leftist of center things? Stay up past 9:30 p.m., visit sparsely populated art museums, walk down the center of the road and drink milk of the cow?
Not if there's traffic. You know, being a god doesn't take away your vulnerability.
Hot. Wet. Oh, I'm sorry.
No biggie. All right, so you're cool with taking shots with Copious.
Absolutely. What will the composition be?
Well, you're gonna hold this baby doll, and Copious is gonna wrap his arms around you like a young couple with their newborn child. It's like the perfect family.
How vintage. So you'll take some of me and some of him and blend them in post-production?
Oh, no. We're gonna have you guys in the actual position. Are you cool with that?
How close will he be?
His arms are gonna be around you.
So he's going to sort of halo his arms around my neck region and maybe connect his middle fingers to form a complete circle, and the magic of depth perception will create an illusion of contact?
No. He's really gonna touch you.
Oh. You know, we don't do that, right?
I know.
We don't touch each other. We only touch ourselves.
I know.
And even then, we sterilize after every touch.
Yeah, we know the way the world works. You know, there's this old Atlanta saying, if you can touch
someone with your hand,
hand,
you can touch someone with your
hemorrhagic
fever.
My God, that old chestnut.
Holding a baby doll is a slam dunk idea. I will definitely do that. Wait, as long as it's not plastic. Is it plastic?
No, it's made of hemp and xanthan gum.
That's agreeable. It will be good practice holding a baby doll. I mean, I won't be holding my actual baby, of course. I won't hold him/her/it ever in my life. But in the event that the coddling equipment fails, I'll be prepared to launch myself into action.
God, you're a piece of work. You know that?
Oh, April. My explosive anxiety, it's spewing all over the place.
Well, let's figure this out.
How can I touch him?
It's easy.
What if I catch something? What if I develop a new dietary sensitivity?
You won't.
How do you know?
Listen, I'm going to say this gently because I know I'm in the minority here and people think what they think, but the truth is, Hibiscus, your beliefs are extreme as fuck.
Extreme?
Yes.
Not medium?
Nope, not at all.
We're so cautious.
Extremely.
I've never touched another human being. With my skin?
Well, why don't we practice now?
Oh.
Ground.
Okay, whoa, there.
Oh, I'm suddenly spastic. I've lost multiple sensations.
I'm gonna meet you down there.
Maple goes to the ground, at first far apart from Hibiscus and gradually moving closer.
Oh, my breath is unpredictable. My heart is throwing big Russell Crowe punches.
You know who Russell Crowe was?
He was in that children's book about dolphins, right?
Sort of.
Oh, just like Russell Crowe. Whoa, mama.
Back in the olden days, touching people was a normal thing. And you either got diseases or you didn't. And mostly, you didn't.
Who were you in the olden days?
Who was I? Man, I was a kid from Vermont. I slept with my high school history teacher, Mrs. Palmer. I fucking loved cheese. I was lactose intolerant, but I still had cheese all the fucking time.
That's beautiful. I'm too young to remember the last of the Manchego.
It was such a sad day.
You can still imagine it. You want to know something my eldest cousin Kidney told me? He told me that once he decided to live in his imagination, he could have brunch with Cameron Diaz every day, and life was much more satisfying.
You know who Cameron Diaz was?
I think so. Was he an immigration reformer?
Sort of.
Maple scoots a little closer.
All right, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And about 5 seconds later, you're going to feel some cold and clammy action on your left cheek, and then it's going to be gone. And you're going to open your eyes.
I click agree on your terms and conditions.
Hibiscus closes her eyes. Maple leans over and rests his hand on her cheek. She shudders at first and makes an odd noise. His hands stay there until she calms down. She smiles. He takes his hand away. She opens her eyes.
Well,
that felt horrible.
I know. I've got this terrible fucking circulation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Allow me to excuse myself to the mistress. I'm horny and need to rinse off.
Go right ahead.
She exits.
Show music.
Voice not recognized. To authorize your third of 5 voices, please announce yourself as a Goldilocks admin.
I am a Goldilocks admin.
No, you're not.
God, how do you know?
You're not announcing it properly.
Well, how do I announce it properly?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Can you just play some music? I don't care what.
I have some stultifying dull ambient sounds. Would that satisfy your unauthorized voice?
Sure, put it on.
Initiating album. Now that's what I call surgery, volume 6.
Really, dude?
Track 1, ligament repair.
Some unremarkable and totally naturalistic surgery sounds fill the apartment. Clicking instruments, a surgery asking for a scalpel, lots of humming.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Maple closes his eyes and listens to the sound for a long time.
I am sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, Hannah. I'm sorry, Mrs. Hutchinson. I'm sorry, cousin Mike. God, I'm sorry, Rich. I'm sorry, Erica. I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm sorry, Sophia. I'm sorry, Derek. I'm sorry, Peter. It's like I am trying, Cameron. I'm trying, Catherine. I'm trying, Mrs. Steinway. I am trying, Dr. Ertz. I'm trying, Linda. I'm trying, Linda. I'm trying, Linda. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm sorry. And 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 I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. Try.
Linda enters in a full hazmat suit, marginally stylish.
Here I am. I have returned. There isn't a damn thing in this neighborhood worthy of a proper lunch. First, I thought a bagel might be nice, but then I remembered how silly that was. So I just went shopping instead. What do you think?
It's foul.
Be nice.
Why would you go and buy one of those things?
Why not? I want to be a respectful guest, fit in with the culture, with the zeitgeist. I'm a woman of the now. And it would never hurt to have a few of these in stock back home.
No, we don't need them. They would just take up space.
You don't find me attractive in a lumpy sort of way?
You look like a meatloaf.
Does that make you hungry?
Yeah. It makes me want to bury my fucking face in your breadcrumbs. It's like I want to bob for breadcrumbs and then swallow them whole.
Ah, and does this make you hungrier?
He starts a very awkward hazmat striptease.
Does this make you salivate?
Yeah, baby. You feel that music.
There's music on?
Oh, yeah. They're attaching a brand new ACL onto that fucker. It's been a routine operation, so successful. Can you feel it?
Oh, yes, I hear it. Now I'm grooving.
She finishes removing the hazmat.
These outfits don't lend themselves to the erotic.
Yeah, you got to work for it.
Here I am, trying to be sexy and tripping all over the place.
Well, you got to be slick. You got to work hard.
I do work hard. I work real hard for you.
Ooh, baby.
I'm serious. I'm a very hard worker. It's a necessity with you. You're a god and you need good reasons to love me.
Okay, Linda.
I'm just saying I work hard for you because I need to. Gotta earn that love.
Stop it.
I don't mind it. It's just hard work. That's it.
Okay.
Tell me you love me.
I love you.
I live another day.
Oh boy.
You're too funny. Too modest.
How are you feeling, babe?
Immortal.
No. How are you feeling?
A little tired, but I'm fine. Just fine.
No more chills?
Oh, no, all gone. Those just happen at night.
You know, all this God business, I was thinking.
Don't you start with that now.
Come on, hear me out.
I'd rather not. I know what you'll say.
Well, maybe you need to.
I don't. I really don't. This is all much simpler than you're making it. I met you when everything was at its worst. And I knew right away, there's the one man who will keep me safe. The one man. And you have. You've kept me safe. You've kept all of us safe. And I know you'll keep my boy safe too. I know you have that power. And I would like to pray to that. You can call it what you want, but I strongly prefer to pray to something. And I would like to pray to that. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
That's all there is to it.
I just want to be able to do what's being asked of me.
I know. You're doing a great job. Well, boo-hoo-hoo on the sad talk. How was this morning? How was HIBISCUS?
She's out of her goddamn mind. She's taking a break.
Good. She'll be ready when COPIOUS gets home from work.
Oh, he's home.
He is?
Yes, he's been here all afternoon. He said he'd be in his bedroom freelancing.
He has a knack for lurking, that one.
Yeah, he's a piece of work. I know he's your son and all, but God, he's a piece of work.
I know.
We'll give this a shot, but I can't make any promises.
Well, he'll pull through.
I hope so. Oh, listen, I'm going to go catch up with Jerry and get some air. We'll be back soon.
Breathe deeply, my love.
Maple exits. After a moment, COPIOUS emerges from the master.
Is he gone?
Oh, you startled me.
I've been lurking out of sight like a robbing rapist.
Maple said you were freelancing.
He wasn't incorrect.
What have you been doing in there?
Evening out my temperament and also looking through my peepholes.
COPIOUS, that's invasive.
I need to speak to management. These peepholes are entirely too narrow. I can't see more than a pinprick of any adjacent room. I couldn't take in the full swath of HIBISCUS's interaction with Maple.
You shouldn't spy on other people.
Nonsense. Voyeurism is the safest way not to hurt another person.
Where did you ever learn something like that?
Everyone believes that, Mother.
And what's all this mother business? You sound like a psychopath when you call me mother.
Apologies, Linda.
Oh, don't call me Linda. Call me mom or mommy, something warm and tender like that.
Mother feels right. It's the bond that you inflicted upon me at the time of my birth, and I feel obliged to remind you of it.
In that case, I'll go back to calling you Chad.
No.
It's your name.
It's not my name. My name is COPIOUS.
Your birth certificate reads Chad Henry Fairchild, and there was a time when a birth certificate carried some weight.
Cease this behavior.
You sit down this instant.
He does.
I have been very respectful with this whole COPIOUS business. When you called me from freshman orientation and said, Mom, that's right. I believe it was still Mom back then. You said, Mom, I've had a descriptive awakening, and the first adjective I encountered was copious. I made a promise to myself that I'd respect this era of your life, however long it should last, because I understand that there's very little to be done, very little a mother can do when a young man decides that his identity is wholly his own. So, Chad, I'll call you copious if you'd like, from here till the end of days, but I demand something sweet in return. Call me Mom. Stop this mother thing. Stop hissing at me.
Mom.
That's better.
The surgery sounds wrap up.
Track 2. Wisdom tooth extraction, non-impacted.
What an odd album.
I like it. It was recorded live.
Is there an impacted track?
Oh, later on there is, but I prefer the non-impacted. It's a perfect stabilizer after ligament repair.
Your wisdom teeth weren't impacted. It was all so easy.
I don't remember any of that.
How are you, Copious? I haven't really had a chance to ask.
You never asked me that.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm asking now.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. How are you?
I was doing mediumly. Now I'm teetering.
Talk to me about it.
Mom.
Whatever's on your mind, you can tell me.
We don't have the rapport for therapeutic transactions.
Well, let's give it a shot. If not now, then when?
My apologist says I shouldn't feel bad about not speaking mushy-gushily.
I won't be mushy-gushy. I just want to, touch base, as the wise men said.
Fine. But before we do, can we move 5 feet to your right, my left?
Okay.
They walk 5 feet in that direction.
Good. That should be out of range of Hibiscus's peephole.
Oh.
You can't hear much in the bedrooms, part of the wave-proof walls, and now she can't see us, so we should be vying to indulge in candor as long as we stay right where we are. We must be resoundingly strict about not moving an inch.
Whatever you need.
I like to take precautions when speaking openly about someone who is no more than 20 feet away.
I understand.
I feel so far away from her.
Well, you're not that far away.
No, I mean lyrically.
Oh, I see.
Here we are, committed to a life together and the creation of our own offshoots, but I feel nothing but peripheral.
You don't feel intimate with her?
Not especially. I'm not even fully certain I know what she smells like.
If my nose is not mistaken, she wears a lot of essential oils.
But I don't know what she really smells like. You know how at the end of a long, stressful day of freelancing or whatever, and you might lift up your arm and smell your cavities, and it's not the aroma you planned on. That's the part of her I don't know the smell of, and I find myself wondering about it. Does it smell of animal? Does it have a seasonal bent? Sometimes I imagine she must smell of bismuth and candied yams. That would be pleasing. But what if it's more vegetal in nature? Would I be pleased by that? I really have no idea. No idea about any of it. I don't know my own wife, and I find it a major bumfuck.
Right.
And I wonder if perhaps she knows my smells better than I know hers. When I coagulate and I deliver my jism capsule to her, she must smell what's inside. She has no choice. She smells my mother's milk, and I get nothing in return.
Son.
And all of this is secondary to my suspicion that she doesn't even desire me in the first place. She only desires that Benson fellow.
I see.
Or filibuster, or both. I can't keep them aligned in my mind.
Do you desire her?
Oh, Mom, this is embarrassing.
Do you? You can tell me.
Yes. Yes, I do. I really do. She is always in the 90th percentile of my spank bank.
Copious, that's gross.
But I would desire my own partner. I know. Mom, what's wrong with me? My deviation is no longer standard.
Okay. Okay, let's just pause for a second, shall we?
I would welcome a pause.
Okay.
Let me know when it's over.
Okay. I'm just thinking here of how to express this.
I am prepared for your harshest diagnosis.
I'm no modern day physician, but it sounds to me like there's a nature versus nurture thing going on here.
You mean you think this is natural?
Certainly.
Track 3, spinal fusion.
Stop music.
The surgery album stops.
I can't handle spinal fusion right now. It makes me want to jog indoors.
Are you aware I still have sex with men?
No.
Well, I do.
With whom?
I have a friend in the suburbs. Hank is his name.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Maple.
Oh, no.
You mentioned Hank earlier.
That's right.
How many inches is his timeline?
Inches? What?
10 inches, 11 inches.
I don't know what you're asking me.
His age, Mom, his age. How elderly is he?
Oh, not sure exactly. He's no spring chicken, but neither am I.
What does he look like?
Thinning hair, not much gray, which is impressive. He's a little jiggly around the waist, but he still has nice arms. He won't win any contests, except maybe in the ancient game of cornhole. But that's it. And we have fun.
Do you know what he smells like?
Of course. He smells like lots of things, depending on the day, on the time, on what we ate.
Oh, that must make you feel near.
I suppose.
It's weird to think about your mother having sex.
That much has always been true.
And is this something that's common amongst your group?
Yes, quite. I mean, we're not some sex cult or anything, but people still do it the old-fashioned way when they do it.
It sounds imposingly radical.
It shouldn't. And you should know, if you and Hibiscus decide to join us, you'd be in an environment where you could have real sex together. You could bake your muffin that way.
I don't care for that.
Why not?
I'm struck by the danger.
It's not dangerous, it's natural.
Exactly. Half of the world is gone because of nature.
And the rest of us should celebrate our luck and keep on living.
We're not lucky. We're careful. We've made a series of highly calculated decisions that have freed us from the common killers of the world. That's why we're still here. We are danger-free. You, Mother, you and your natural habitats are lucky. How you're still around, I can't even begin to fathom. Not because of your so-called divinity, that's for sure. You're lucky, very lucky indeed.
It's not that bad out there.
Oh, don't soften it.
I'm not.
I have my beliefs, and I owe it to my beliefs to stick to my beliefs.
But aren't you miserable here?
I'm not miserable.
You seem terribly lonely.
I'm not lonely.
Do you have friends?
I have an online community.
That's it?
It's a lot to manage. I'm in 260 fantasy football leagues with over 1,000 participants.
But you've never met these people?
In an embodied sense, no.
And you just told me you feel distant.
Yes, I know, but now that I'm thinking about it, I believe that that is a belief of mine.
You believe in distance?
I believe that the world desperately wants to kill us. I believe that the most important thing in life is to disappoint the world.
Oh my God, Copious.
It's what I believe. It's what Hibiscus believes. It's what we all believe.
Say what you want about divinities, but you're living in a world of demons. Everything's out to get you.
And nothing is breaking through. I have zero inflammation, low fasting glucose, and a blood pressure I can set my watch to. I eat foods that actively strengthen my nerves and keep my mind sharp. I haven't been clinically unhinged since I was a child. When you called me when I was home alone and it was all, stay home, Chad. Lock the doors, Chad. It's not safe out here, Chad. I'll be back soon, Chad. And then you never came back.
I did a bad job. I know. I'm trying to make this right.
Oh, by luring my family into the wild. That makes things right. By trying to kill us?
That's not what I'm doing.
Oh, it's what you're doing. It is literally what you're doing. You want us to expose ourselves to rampant radiation and eat your ass food and drink your ass water.
It's not that bad.
I don't believe it.
Copious, calm down this minute.
Calm down yourself.
You want me to calm down? I will do that. Playing calming music and preparing a kettle of clonopin.
A beep and a vroom from the kitchen. The more earthy, meditative music. Hibiscus enters from the mistress.
I'm so sorry. I think I tripped the calm the fuck down alarm.
It's my fault. I was waxing sclerotic to my mother.
Jesus Christ. Make that Klonopin tea for 3.
You need to say it with conviction.
Make the damn tea for 3.
Voice not recognized. To authorize your third of 5 voices, please announce yourself as Goldilocks admin.
Make the tea for 3.
You got it, boss.
More beeping and vrooming. Copious goes to the kitchen and removes 3 cups of tea from the oven. He hands one to Hibiscus and one to Linda and keeps one for himself. They blow on their tea and consider the cautious first sip.
It's hot.
Quite.
Scalding.
I'm sorry about that, Mom.
No worries. I deserved it. Hibiscus, dear, how was your session with Maple?
Oh, very arousing. I had to diddle it right out of myself.
Stop music.
What did I say?
You're aroused by Maple?
Certainly, aren't you?
No.
He's a tiger of desire.
Well, first filibuster, then Benson, now Maple?
What's incorrect about that?
It's a lot of objects for 1 week.
3? Oh, please, you objectified dozens of women last Wednesday alone.
That was different. I didn't know them personally.
I don't see what you're upset about.
It's just a parade of tactile men.
It's normal to touch ourselves and then process it with our spouses.
I beg to differ. That's not normal.
But it was part of our vows.
What's normal changes so fast. I have a hard time keeping up.
Are you directing anger at me, Copious?
No, it's fine. Don't fester over it. So what did you two pontificate about?
Oh, insubstantial matters.
Cite examples.
We explored, largely through the action of conversation, the realms of human connection.
Largely?
Largely, mostly, with slivers of other actions.
What sorts of actions?
You know what? I'm going to use the bathroom.
There's a guest capsule in the master.
Okay.
You'll find varying strengths of sanitizers there depending on the nature of your diaspora.
I'll figure it out.
Linda exits to the master.
What sorts of actions?
Hibiscus,
what sorts of actions? You were out of my peep radius.
Don't give me that jive. You were out of my peep radius too. We can't expect each other's privacy to always be visible.
Irregardless, what did you two do?
Fine, I'll tell you.
Slather it on me.
Command not recognized. Please define slather.
Shut up.
Okay.
He touched me with his hand.
I'm going to vomit.
No, you're not.
I am momentarily.
No. Oh.
Copious vomits into the poof. An orchestral alarm sounds.
Don't be alarmed, don't be alarmed. When your bile's in a pile, don't be alarmed. Just back away. Shooty-doo-da-ba. Maintenance has a mop and done.
Jerry and Maple enter.
Hello again.
Hey, what's up, fuckers?
Greetings.
Ooh, something smells good. Pulled pork?
No, it's more sinister.
They see Copious hunched over the pile of vomit.
Look, what the hell is going on here?
Do you mean what the hell's going on out here from the sounds of Vince Lombardi?
Shut up!
You shut up. And voice not recognized.
Copious just vomited. Copious never vomits in public.
You.
Hey, pal.
You touched my wife.
Sure did.
With your fleisch.
With my hand.
That is not decent. That is not safe.
We were just practicing for your photo shoot.
Damn God, you.
I don't know how. I'm stuck. Oh, I don't know how to flush that thing.
It's hands-free.
So what do I do?
Stand up and shrug.
How's that?
Just shrug, mother, like this.
Are you making fun of me?
No, that's how you flush it.
Yeah, it's true.
What is that smell?
Copious just vomited with impressive exit velocity.
Oh, no, are you okay?
I'm regressing to the mean. Go flush your drippings.
I don't know how.
Oh, Jesus, Mary, and Joe Biden, I'll do it.
Copious runs off.
He's riled up.
Maybe we should come back later?
No, man. Let's get this over with.
Are there any towels in this place?
There must be somewhere.
There might potentially be some in the hallway. You never know.
Hibiscus shuttles Linda and Jerry out into the hallway and looks for towels. Maple is left alone. Hibiscus re-enters without the others, with a hungry look.
Hi, Maple.
Hi, sweetheart.
What do you call a jerk who's stuck in a potato?
What?
A dictator.
That's funny.
It's a pun. Oh, I just remembered. Do you like architecture?
As much as the next guy, I guess.
Do you want to see my tray ceilings?
Okay.
They're in the mistress. Follow me closely.
They exit to the mistress. Linda and Jerry enter.
There's nothing out there. Maple?
Linda,
Copious runs on.
you peed in the toilet.
Of course I did.
The toilet is decorative.
Where was I supposed to be?
In the capsule.
What's a capsule?
What a disaster. Dear Goldilocks, we have puke in the poof and pee in the toilet. Send maintenance ASAP. Fondly, Copious Fairchild.
Dear Copious Fairchild, we have received your request and will respond within 48 hours. Don't forget about National Juice Cleanse Week, starting tomorrow. Always yours, the Goldilocks.
Where are your paper towels, partner?
Paper! How dare you?
Did I just say a whoopsie?
We don't have any of those horrible implements.
Well, how do you reckon we should clean this up?
We wait for maintenance. This is a disaster.
Well, I don't find it to smell too bad, but I'm a goof. I like the smell of gasoline.
Maple stumbles out of the mistress. Hibiscus has jumped into his arms and is glued to him.
All right, you got to get off of me, Hibiscus. Come on, let go. I am putting you down. Come on, you just let go. Let go.
I don't want to. I want to touch. I just want to touch.
What in the ever-loving Christ?
Oh,
Hibiscus, what are you doing?
Linda, Jerry, a little help?
Right away, Your Holiness.
Jerry and Linda try to pry Hibiscus off of Maple.
Let go of him, Hibiscus.
Come on, just rip her off, you guys.
And a 1,
I will not let go!
and a 2,
You're exposing yourself to dangers, copious dangers.
and a 3.
No!
Oh!
They succeed in wrenching Hibiscus away from Maple. Hibiscus collapses in a heap on the ground. She starts bawling. Everyone else becomes really quiet. Linda kneels beside Hibiscus.
I just want to touch someone.
Linda puts her arms around Hibiscus. Hibiscus clutches her. Copious winces.
It feels so good to touch. I just want to keep touching. I can't help it. I just want to touch.
Mother, Maple, Jerry, I think it's time for you to slink away.
I want to go with them.
No,
I want to be their poster couple. I want to worship Maple.
it's not for us. We just started a life here.
We'll start again.
That's not part of the plan.
Come here and clutch me, Copious.
No, I couldn't.
Please.
It's too much. I can't.
I need you to.
Why?
I'm not sure if I love you. I think I do, but I might not. If you don't touch me, I'll never know. And if I never know, we'll never have children.
Come here, Chad, sweetheart. Come sit with us.
No.
It's just us. It's Mama and Hibiscus. Come here.
I can't.
I'll help you, pal.
Very gently, Maple puts his hands on Copious's shoulders.
Please stop. Please stop.
It's okay.
Oh. This is irregular. This is highly irregular. This is unsafe. This is not danger-free. This is not sadness-free. This is not anger-free.
Linda embraces Copious.
Oh, there's my boy. There he is. Oh, I missed this boy. Mama missed you. I'll take care of you. I'll protect you. As long as I love you, you'll never die more than you need to. You know that? You'll never die more than you need to.
Hibiscus approaches Copious now.
Oh.
Hibiscus reaches out to Copious and the two begin to touch, very clumsily, exploratory.
Oh. This is not ruin-free.
Feels so unnatural.
It feels sticky.
It feels smelly.
It feels like bad news.
Let's stay this way a little longer,
Why?
just to be sure.
But what if we ruin it?
I don't know.
We can't let the world ruin us.
I think it's too late.
Hey guys,
Jerry steps forward and raises his camera.
can you turn out to me? Just for a sec?
They look towards Jerry. He snaps a shot. End scene. Scene 5. Much time later. We sense during the scene that it's probably years. We are now in a cafe. Normal furnishings, including a counter and a coat rack with a couple of hazmat suits hanging from it. Jerry, the barista, and Chad Fairchild, he's the lone customer, are watching the football game, projected somewhere out of sight. We hear faint commentary coming from the TV, though we can't pick out anything specific. Chad is eating something very crunchy, flaky pastry. His bites are almost audible for parts of the scene. Both men seem frustrated, yet unsurprised by how the game is progressing.
Yep, running it straight into the pack. Jesus Christ.
No opening there.
So predictable. Fourth and long, this is it. Well, that's it.
That's it.
Jesus Christ.
4-12. What a year.
I thought we'd seen it all with 5 and 11, but goes to show you, huh?
It can always get worse.
I don't even know where you start. Offensive line, quarterback, secondary. Can we trade them all?
I wish.
We're going to be shit for a long, long time.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
They look up at the screen a bit longer, shaking their heads. Chad eventually pulls out a tablet and starts typing.
Another espresso?
No, that's all right.
Jerry clears Chad's espresso cup. He wipes down his machine. Chad munches.
How many words you got to send in?
500.
500. That's a lot.
Not really a lot.
For that game, it's a lot. How many times do you have to say piece of shit before you get to 500? Nothing to say beyond that.
All right. Piece of shit 100 times, and then use the rest of the word to subscribe the injuries.
Good point. Lots of injuries. Real yellow today.
Mm-hmm.
Definite day for the suits. No joking around out there today.
Mm.
You don't like writing at home?
Not really. Too quiet.
Pretty quiet here.
Sure, but still good to get out.
Must love my company, huh?
Right. That must be it.
If I were a writer like you, I'd probably write at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went in together on some corridors on my block. All the garages connected now by tinted walkways. You can go house to house without ever stepping outside. So if I were a writer like you, I'd do some scribbling in my place. And then when I got punchy, I'd head next door to my cousins, then next door to my buddy Sal's and so forth. I stay on the move all day and I never have to step outside. Never have to get the suit on.
Sounds like a nice setup.
Yeah, envy of the burbs. Expensive as hell, but worth it.
Maple enters in a hazmat. It is much sleeker, less billowy one than the earlier specimens. He unzips the whole thing, steps out of it, and hangs it on the counter with the others. He takes a seat next to Chad.
Hey, boss.
Hey, Jerry.
Double?
Yeah. Oh, so what'd the Jets do?
They lost.
Figures.
Fumbled a snap with 30 seconds in the lead. The Rams drove 40 yards to get the field goal.
Yeah, that's very Jetsy, huh?
A little yellow out there today, huh?
Yeah. It's pretty yellow.
Should blow through tomorrow.
No, I hope so.
The phone rings. Jerry picks it up.
Yep, okay. Out back in 5, yep.
He hangs up.
Excuse me, gents. Delivery, back in a few. Hey, help yourselves to some of these cookies. About to throw them out anyways.
Jerry opens a large dessert tray and scoots it towards them. He puts on a gas mask and exits.
Chad, you free tomorrow night?
Think so?
You want to come over for dinner?
I could do that.
Good. 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Just a friendly reminder. Hibiscus is inviting a friend over.
Oh, geez.
Don't worry. She's cool. If you like her, you like her. If you don't, you don't. If not, so what?
What's her name?
Dawn. She's Sophia's art teacher. I met her on parents' night.
I don't know.
Come on, it'll be fine. You already agreed. There's no backing out now.
I don't know.
Maple stands up, starts to put his hazmat suit back on.
Okay, I'll tell Hibiscus. She'll be excited. She really misses you, man.
Yeah, well, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Rock!
And Dawn, the teacher.
I mean, she's cute. She's got freckles and this nasty little grin.
Yay.
Listen, she's right up your alley. Oh, peace, brother.
Hey, Maple.
What's up?
I got a dumb question.
Shoot.
It's gonna sound silly.
Come on, what is it, Chatterooski?
How did you and Mom meet? Sorry about that. That was abrupt. I was just thinking I couldn't remember what you were doing with her in the first place. I couldn't remember if you told me and I wasn't listening. So I was just wondering.
No, it's no problem. You know, I met her in a shelter. I don't know, a few years after we were taking on new folks.
Oh,
Gosh, she was a mess. But she just needed a nudge, you know, and God, she made me laugh. So, you know, I just brought her along with us.
gotcha.
You know, she turned out to be a great asset. She really, you know, she found her place.
That sounds nice and medium. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah,
She really liked you.
we were a funny pair.
Sort of unusual.
God, your mom was great.
She was strange.
Yeah, strange and great. It's like she was majestic. I mean, I really loved that woman. I hope she knew that.
I'm sure she knew.
I wish I could have done more.
Well, when she died and you stopped being a god, what went through your mind?
I thought, I thought, I don't know, man. I just thought, hey, it was fun while it lasted.
The moment lingers awkwardly. Slow fade. End of play.